BlizzCon. It was this weekend, which is now Xbox Con, essentially, which makes me so excited and it makes me so happy. And it's cool because it's just this other conference that we have now every year, an additional conference. If you're an Xbox fan, it's now BlizzCon, and Blizzard has so many fantastic games. I thought it'd be good to go over some of those games, go over what Phil Spencer said. He was actually on stage at the introduction. So was Mikey Barra, the head, who used to be a part of Xbox, by the way. Mikey Barra was also on stage. Interesting to see what they're saying, but it's not. BlizzCon is now Xbox Con. That's just the reality, and it's very exciting, particularly if you're a fan of Blizzard games like I am. I love Blizzard games. I'm very excited to see what they're going to do there. Let's take a look and see at what Phil Spencer said here, and then let's just talk about all things Blizzard, all things Xbox. I have some questions here, a couple questions. Which Blizzard game do you think will truly shine on Xbox, and why do you believe it has crossover appeal? We're going to go over that. We're going to go, if you could pick one Blizzard title to get an Xbox exclusive feature, which game would it be, and what exclusive content would you love to see? And then how do you think the integration of Blizzard games into the Xbox ecosystem will change the way we play and experience these iconic titles? I think it's so exciting for Blizzard. If you're a Blizzard fan, it's so exciting if you're an Xbox fan. Regardless, let's take a look at what Phil Spencer had to say here. So he was on stage. Here's what he said. We're going to empower our new colleagues in a culture of trust, inclusion, and collaboration to continue what they do best. Redefining existing genres, creating never-before-seen experiences, and uniting players globally in new ways. In Azeroth, yes, in Sanctuary, in near-future Earth, and beyond. Phil Spencer then went on to talk about the history of some of these Blizzard titles and what it made, how they changed gaming. He said, think of Diablo. It propelled the action RPG genre forward. Amen. StarCraft spawned the foundation of what esports would eventually become. And with StarCraft 2, it was a major catalyst for the evolution of games as live entertainment. World of Warcraft changed not only how people developed and supported games, but really it introduced a much wider audience to the concept of online communities. And Overwatch not only reimagined gameplay, but also the representation possible in class-based shooters. Blizzard influence is everywhere. Amen, it absolutely is. He named some big hitters there. Most notably StarCraft 2, I think, because StarCraft 2 has not had an update. StarCraft 2 has, we got the announcement a few years ago that it's no longer being supported. Does it make a comeback? Does it become supported again? Do we see more? Do we see possibly a new StarCraft? Does StarCraft 2 come to Xbox? It's going to be very interesting. And then Mikey Barra came on stage, and this to me is the most exciting point. Mikey Barra, now the head, again, he used to be at Xbox. He is now the head of Activision Blizzard. He says, part of what makes this such an exciting time for Blizzard is that we've never been more empowered, free, and dedicated to holding true to what makes Blizzard unique than we are today. This is the start of a new era. So much more is possible. And a lot of that is because, again, Phil Spencer talked about this in the emails that leaked, that these big-time publishers really have to focus on making bottom dollar because they're spending so much there. What sets them apart is the amount of money that they spend on games, the amount of money that they drop on development. No one can compete with that. As a result, they're not able to take the risks that they could take before. They're not able to focus on what they've needed to focus on. I know a lot of World of Warcraft fans are excited to hopefully see World of Warcraft, for instance, get back to where it needs to be, to stop the add-ons with World of Warcraft, to improve it and tweak it, to get Vanilla Plus, right? Classic, WoW Classic Plus here going. So it's going to be very exciting. Again, I think that set us up for, this is over at purexbox.com, by the way, but I think this set us up for some excitement coming here with Blizzard. BlizzCon is now Xbox Con. So let's take a look at what games we think might be coming here. By the way, this game just dropped this week, Warcraft Rumble, and it's fantastic. It is a mobile game, but it's like a simplified Dota. It's like if Hearthstone and Dota had a baby, it would be Warcraft Rumble. I think it's their answer to like a teamfight tactics. I've been playing it all weekend. It's fantastic. I think a game like this will come to consoles. Obviously, we're seeing a game similar to it in Dungeons 4 coming on Game Pass this month. So I'm very excited to see what like a Warcraft Rumble could do. Another game that's similar in that vein is right here, Hearthstone. I don't know why Hearthstone has not made its way to console. I'm sure it has to do with the way that the marketplace works there, because you do have to buy card packs, et cetera, et cetera. I'm sure that's the same actually with the Warcraft Rumble. But now that Microsoft owns it, do they just ignore that altogether and say, yes, let's put it on console, let's get it everywhere? Maybe there's a bonus pack that you get for being subscribed to Game Pass. Maybe you get a free pack by being subscribed to Game Pass or something like that going forward. Maybe it's completely free and you get all the packs and you don't have to get any packs because what's more important to Xbox is that you and Microsoft is that you subscribe to Game Pass if you're a Game Pass subscriber. Really, the options are limitless here, and it's going to be interesting to see how they utilize Blizzard to monetize and to get more subscribers to Game Pass. It's very exciting for sure. So let's take our first question here, which is, which Blizzard game do you think will truly shine on Xbox, and why do you believe it has crossover appeal? I mean, obviously, the one that shines the most right now is Diablo, for sure. And we did get news of already at BlizzCon of the next Diablo expansion. This is not a season. This is the full expansion for Diablo coming. So that's exciting. That's already here, though. So I'm not going to count Diablo. Diablo, obviously, is crushing it and is one of the games that's built best, I think, for consoles. Overwatch also is already on console as well and is also crushing it. The game that I think could shine is World of Warcraft. I really do. I think World of Warcraft Classic in particular would be awesome. I think you've got Elder Scrolls Online already on console. You've got Final Fantasy Online coming next year on console. If Xbox could figure out how to get World of Warcraft there, I think it would be a game changer. Not to mention how that ties into Game Pass. That's the big question. Do they do anything with Game Pass there? Because World of Warcraft is a subscription-based MMO. Final Fantasy Online is also a subscription-based MMO, but you now own World of Warcraft. Now, the business model for World of Warcraft, the economics of it, is based 100% on that subscription model. So, can you do it? I don't know. But if you do, I mean, you immediately, in my mind, gain millions of Game Pass subscribers. Millions of Game Pass subscribers. I'm sure there's going to be something. They're at least discussing it. For sure, they're going to be bringing World of Warcraft, I think, to Xbox. I don't think that's a question at all, particularly when all the other major MMOs are already there on console, cross-platform, etc. It just makes sense to bring World of Warcraft there. For sure. I think you combine that with an Xbox Live, it's an MMO. You've got Party Chat. You've now got Discord tied into the Xbox as well. It just makes sense. It makes sense to have it there. It makes sense for cross-play with PC gamers. You could wrap it in somehow to Game Pass. I don't know. But it'll be interesting for sure. I think World of Warcraft, in my mind, really can shine here and can shine on Xbox for sure. Now, the question is StarCraft 2. A lot of people have said, does StarCraft make a comeback to consoles? Remember, StarCraft has been on consoles previously. Most notably, I remember for myself, Nintendo 64 days, StarCraft was on consoles, and it was awesome. So does StarCraft see a comeback? Does StarCraft come on consoles? It's not unheard of. I mean, we do have Age of Empires, real-time strategy. We do have Halo Wars, real-time strategy. Does StarCraft come? I would love to see it. I think it would be a lot of fun. I think you're exposing your game to a whole new audience set, a whole new set of demographics. The console demographics has got to skew younger in my mind. It makes sense. Parents buy consoles for their kids. So you're really opening up a World of Warcraft audience especially, and StarCraft probably skews a little bit older. I think you're opening up your audience to a whole new, or you're opening up your game rather to a whole new set of audience, a whole new set of demographics. So it's a win-win all the way around, and I really think those two games in particular World of Warcraft, I think it has to happen, and I'm very excited for it. So next question, if you could pick one Blizzard title to get an Xbox exclusive feature, which game would it be, and what exclusive content would you love to see? So I'm going to say it, I just mentioned it last time, World of Warcraft tied into Game Pass somehow. I think World of Warcraft's membership on Game Pass, like, hey, you can pay for the membership if you're not on Game Pass, or you can just get Game Pass Ultimate, $16.99 a month, ties right in there. I would love to see it. I think you'd see Game Pass take off overall. Now, once again, I know some people are probably yelling at their computer screens right now saying, hey, that's not possible. The economics are not possible. And that may be the case. Maybe the economics are not possible there for sure. But irregardless, I would love to see it. It would be interesting to see for sure. Could it work? If it can work, I think that is it right there. Now, do we get any like exclusive Xbox exclusive content in that with World of Warcraft? Maybe there's some kind of special mount that ties over from another game, another Xbox exclusive game. I don't know. The only thing I really want to see, and I would be very curious to see them experiment with, is World of Warcraft subscription on Game Pass. What do you guys think? What exclusive Xbox exclusive feature would you like to see? It's interesting. It's an interesting question. Also, what Blizzard game do you think would shine on Xbox? Let me know in the comments below, guys. Let's get to the last question here before we wrap it up for the day. How do you think the integration of Blizzard games into the Xbox ecosystem will change the way we experience these iconic titles? I think obviously it'll be the first time many of these titles come to console. World of Warcraft in particular. Do we see a return of StarCraft? But I also think you're just going to have more players playing your game. I mean, MMO stands for massive multiplayer online game, right? So the more people you have playing, the better of an experience. That world is built to have as many people playing. The game is built to have as many people playing it as humanly possible. Game Pass could do that for you, could bring you back to all-time high numbers. I'm sure we're going to see it with Final Fantasy Online. We've seen it with Elder Scrolls Online already. I think it's going to be absolutely huge. Now, what's interesting is, remember Yoshi P a few weeks ago talked about Final Fantasy Online, a crossover with Diablo. I think we could see some crossovers too. I think we could see crossover content between Diablo and Xbox and Microsoft. I mean, you're already naturally set up for sure for a Smash Brothers type of experience now with the amount of IPs that you have, no doubt. But getting some sort of crossover content here into a game like a Diablo, into a Warcraft Rumble. Maybe Master Chief drops its way in there. Maybe in Overwatch, you've got Master Chief that makes its way in there, or skins. You get different kinds of skins where Mercy maybe is wearing Mjolnir armor or whatnot. I think could be really cool. But I do think that Xbox has always been multiplayer first. It's always been community centric in that matter. And I think if you look at Blizzard's portfolio, Diablo's a multiplayer style game. World of Warcraft, definitely a multiplayer style. I mean, massive multiplayer online experience, right? And it's an MMO. It just fits that culture of Xbox perfectly. And I think we're just going to see it enhanced, these games enhanced as a result of that. But I'd love to know what you think. What do you think the integration of Blizzard games into the Xbox ecosystem will mean for these games? I'd love to know. Let me know in the comments below. That does us here for today, guys. Again, I'm on a new camera. I hope this works out. If not, we'll get it figured out. My other camera, it just died. I don't know what's going on with it, so we'll get it figured out here in the next few days. BlizzCon is now XboxCon, and it's very, very exciting. If you like this video, guys, make sure you hit that like button. Subscribe to this channel. My name is Xbox the Gamer. My name is X1 the Gamer, and we hang out here every single day. I love talking about games with you guys. I want it to feel like a podcast. I want it to feel like we're just hanging out, talking video games, talking Xbox. I'm not an insider at all. I'm just a fanboy. That's it. And I wear that with a badge of pride. I know fanboy has a negative connotation. F it. We're going to own that. We're owning that slang. So join me, fanboys. Xbox fanboys unite. Like, subscribe. I'll see you guys next time.